What's up? This is Vince Carter. You're listening to 3 Point Conversion. Check it out.
I expected from Chicago. I didn't think it was such a butt kicking. But this is the championship team from last year and very experienced, and they played extremely hard, and we couldn't combat anything. And I just think we went away from what we wanted to accomplish here and playing together as a team. And so it's, disappointing, but we still got one game and we get to go home. So, we'll look at the video and hopefully do a better job. But our starters have to come. We have to come and be ready.
Sandy, you talked before the game started about, limiting their points in the paint. Obviously, they finished with 60 tonight. So defensively, what did you see from your team just as far as an inability to adjust to that goes?
Yeah, I think a lot of it was our turnovers for easy baskets. They're one of the best teams in the league in the open court, and Copper certainly got them going there, and miscommunication, not executing and helping. And, when they have confidence like that and other people were scoring too, they're moving the ball easy. We didn't provide enough resistance, but 60 points, it'd be a long night if we let that happen again on whenever we play on Tuesday night. So we just got to be a little bit more resilient, taking care of the ball, the pressure that they felt on us. And we really took a lot of bad decisions, like the quick shots. Was not happy with that. So we played right back into their hands. We got to be better.
Hey, Coach. So you spoke to turnovers being like self-inflicted in a sense, and do you guys find solace in that? And do you guys just generally feel more comfortable knowing that you had, the home game coming up to kind of, wrestling your laurels with?
Yeah, I hope not. Look, it'd been nice but Chicago responded way champion teams respond. But our turnovers were just really silly, to be quite honest. And through a lack of ball movement, I just didn't think we played together as a team. We got 2 1-on-1, and we're not built like them. We don't have a Copper that can drive by anyone, but our 1-on-1 defense has to be better. We just allowed players just drive right by us. So, but we can be better. And then it's just committing to that, and with our movement, making sure that we continue to play together. But it's a series. Hey, I've been into this gym before and got my butts kicked. But it's nice to know we have one more game, and hopefully we can bring a better effort, and hopefully the result will be positive.
Sandy, around, I think, the 5 or 6 minutes left in the game, you walked down the bench and talked to your players, and it seemed like you were trying to. Can you just tell me what you were talking to them about?
Oh man, I spoke to them a lot, but I think at that times it's more like, okay, we learn and we move on. We got to. I didn't go in there yelling at anyone. What's the purpose of that? We've got one more game and we're on our home court. So it's more about, hey, we got to regroup and refocus and come ready to play. Obviously, we weren't at our best tonight, but we're a better team than what we showed. But I think Chicago made us look like this tonight. So credit to them. They did what they're supposed to. But it's nice to go home, and I think we can learn a lot from this. It's still a young group in a playoff format, knowing how to win these. This is a very experienced team over the other side. So I think it's going to be a really wonderful experience anyway. But and we just have to regroup. So I was probably just staying positive more than anything.
And Michaela and Han, you both are very young in your careers. So what do you try to build off of a game like this?
Kind of like what Coach Sandy said. They made adjustments, and we, didn't do so well in doing that. And so just knowing that good teams will continue to do that. And like you said, we're young, but we can learn so much from that. And we're going to have to go be better in the next game on Tuesday. Hopefully, bring this home.
Going to Zoom, Chris Rim.
我觉得就是年轻球员需要更多的去拼命去在场上打球，然后需要更多的自信，然后自信是自己给的，不是教练给的。然后教练身体给我们很多正能量，但是自信是必须要从自己身上找出来。
Okay. So Han says, during games like this, as a young player, they need to work hard, play hard, and also stay confident. Coach Sandy gave them a lot of confidence, so it's up to them to believe in herself and play hard and do their best.
Now we'll go to Chris, Zoom.
Thanks. when Kalia gets going like that in the way she did today, is that something that you all prepared for? And I guess how do you plan to kind of nullify that in game 3?
Yeah, I mean, we prepare for everything. Yeah, you wouldn't think so, but and like I said, I think Kalia's a great shooter. I think right from the tip off, we talked about, offensive rebounds and no open threes, and we overhelped, and she shoots in a 3. So it's more like, oh, here we go. And then it was just our poor decision making with our turnovers. We allowed her to get into transition, and no one can stop her, regardless of who she's playing in the whole WNBA. And she just did a great job getting there, but we need to keep her in the half court. We need to keep her out of the restricted area. And that means we need good shot selection. We need to take care of the ball so we can put them in the half court a little more.
Jackie Powell.
Hey, Sandy. You talked about how this is a very similar situation, or rather familiar situation for you. It happened last year to your team in the finals. What does the process look like of responding better in the next game? And how do you motivate your team to come out with a better effort that includes some more pride to try to win that home game?
Yeah, well, this is our last, it's a do or die. Win or go home. I think that should be motivation in itself. These are the playoff series. They don't always go according to plan, but it's a wonderful to have 3 games, 5 games too, because it's just who makes the tweaks and has executes on that day. And that was Chicago today. Their activity, that was a pretty impressive defensive effort. So you have to give credit where credit's due. That was impressive. Their players in it, they got really good bench contributions as well too. And for us, we have one more game. We're going back home. We don't want to finish on that kind of game. So we need to show our fight. And we've showed a lot of fight just to finish in August. We've had an up and down season. So it's an opportunity for us to grow. Yeah, we're still young, but you got to keep believing and execute a little bit better. And the only way we can do that is by making sure we stay together. And that's critical. And I'll be stressing that, obviously, leading into the next game.
And Michaela, for you, what message do you have to the Liberty fans about what to expect from you all during that game 3 at Barclays?
That we're going to fight. We have to, like Coach Sandy said, it's going to do or die. This is our season that we're fighting for. Our season's on the line. And so, get ready for obviously a really great game. Not this, obviously this was a disappointing loss, but a really great game. We need the energy from the Liberty fans. They've been great all year. They've been able to support us, and we really appreciate you all. So we're excited for Tuesday. Come out and hopefully get that win.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Brian Florentine.
Hi, everybody. Michaela, throughout the year, after the team had rough losses, they were able to bounce back and really, is my sound coming in okay?
Yep.
Okay. Throughout the year, you guys have had tough losses and bounced back and really been able to have that fight and that energy to sort of correct course pretty quickly. What do you think will be the key to getting back to how you guys usually play on Tuesday?
I think for one, looking at ourselves, Chicago exploited us in a few ways, but mostly just being tough. We didn't respond well in that aspect, and that was kind of the most disappointing part. Is we knew they were gonna come out hard. We knew that they had their season on the line, and we kind of faltered to that pressure. And so, looking at ourselves first, I think is the first thing we need to start with. Continuing to play together and continue to know that this is our season that's on the line. So, I believe wholeheartedly that we will respond better than we did today. And yeah, Tuesday will be better for us.
All right. Thanks. Sandy, throughout the year, you've mentioned that you wanted the team to just play with pace, but also not rush the offense. Do you think that the team started to put extra pressure on themselves after the slow start in Chicago built up that lead? And I guess for Tuesday, how do you sort of encourage them to just take their time and complete the scout and run the offense as they normally do?
Was it for me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think just what you said, we have to get off to a better start. We got to execute the scout. But we're always built around playing selfless basketball, ball player movement, and we didn't do that today. They were getting into denials and reversals, and we didn't do the little things well about cutting just to create openings for other players. So we just got to get back to what our identity is and doing the little things harder and better and committing to that. shooting when you're open, being confident in that, but not forcing the action that we're playing straight into their hands, because the pace really worked in the first game. The pace didn't work in this game because they obviously outran us all night long.
Right. Thank you, guys.
Miles.
Hey, Mick, I wanted to ask you about the crowd for Tuesday, because despite the lopsided score today, you did earn a split in the series and head back home with a chance to keep the season alive. What environment are you anticipating at Barclays on Tuesday night for the Liberty's first ever home playoff game in Brooklyn?
I think the fans will be, show up for us. I know they did in the last regular season game. I know there was almost like 8,000 people, and that's good, for women's basketball in general. Having people really support and invest in women's basketball is super important. And I know that, they're rooting for us and they're going to come out and show us just kind of what they've been showing us all year. And hopefully we deliver for, the people who've been supporting us all year as well.
And Sandy, I wanted to ask you about the pressure that the guards faced and what Chicago did differently on the traps from game one into game two with the second actions, with the players that were coming off of those on those passes out of the doubles.
Yeah, I mean, firstly, they changed the matchup and they put Copper on sub. So that was a good change up for them, putting the pressure there. And that would have, meant with B could have had, Quigley on that out, and we didn't exploit it probably as best as we should. And they were blowing it up. They competed really hard. But, there's things we can do. We've got to play with a little bit more poise, but also urgency. So it's a fine balance between the two. And, the stuff we talk about all season long, just the good to great. So we got to find better ways and better spacing and hopefully exploit them, and then just keep them out of transition as much as we can.
Thanks, Sandy. And Han, having seen the level Chicago lifted their game to effort-wise today, how do you adjust to match their aggression and intensity on Tuesday night?
比如说今天这样说强度啊，一切都上来了，然后就是说你对，然后咱们周二是来怎么面对他们的这种对吧侵略性啊，对，很有强度的防守。
我觉得 be mad， 然后我们也要用同样的方式去回击他们，我们可以做到。然后就是像刚才 Coach Sandy 说的，他们是冠军队，那又怎么样呢？我们就是去全力以赴去拼这场比赛。
So Han said next game we gotta come out, be mad, and also we gotta show up with more energy and more aggression as well. And just like Coach Sandy said, we know they're the championship team, but so what? We still gotta come out and compete. And she believes in us, and she believes that we're gonna get the win.
Thank you all. Safe travels home.
Thanks.
One more.
Oh, okay.
Jeff Magliochetti.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Sorry things didn't go your way today. My two questions are for Coach. I wanted to first ask about the performances of Jocelyn Willoughby and Dee Dee Richards today, particularly the impact Dee Dee had in the latter stages of the second quarter.
Yeah, no, I was happy. Obviously Dee Dee hasn't had many opportunities to end the season here, and but she's been a great teammate and always stayed ready. And that's what you need. And we were struggling everywhere. So it was I was happy that I could get her in there and get her some minutes, and she was really productive for us. She's a big guard. She plays great defense. She was being disruptive. She had like 8 points here and it made it hard for an opposing player here. So, and Josh, the same thing, just brought us a lot of energy. And I think that was beneficial for us. But, that means we just need our starters to set us off a little bit, and hopefully we can build up from that.
For sure. And over that final 4:26 of the second quarter, you outscored Chicago 9-2, kind of kept them off a little bit. So what was the difference in that little stretch? What were you guys doing right, and what can you carry over to Tuesday's contest? Well,
I was just challenging them to play the right way. We were shooting terrible shots at one stage and missing them all, playing right into their hands. So it's just having a little bit of poise and patience and moving them around a little bit. And they were hedging, they're trapping, they're hedge switching. You just got to have patience and find the gaps out of the movement, and then trying to keep them, once we could have better execution, we could keep them out, out of the transition phase. And that's it. I mean, it's a game of runs, but obviously they had the most of the run. I think we played probably 5 minutes of good basketball. So, but it's playoff basketball. We still have one more game. So may the best team win.
Absolutely. Appreciate your time and insight, all three of you. See you guys Tuesday. Good luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
You want to kick him now?
Yeah, well, now.